Hello viewers, I am Mr. Dilip Kumar Pal, stand before you with a video on the topic Jawaharlal Nehru's view on socialism. What views he had on socialism. But before I discuss Jawaharlal Nehru's view on socialism, I want to inform my viewers that my channel name is @Dilip Kumar Pal 9375. If you will search this channel in Google, you will find as many as 450 videos in this channel relating to plus 2 first year political science to plus 2 second year political science, plus 3 first semester political science honors to plus 3 sixth semester political science honors, and many videos relating to environmental studies of plus 3 first semester, which is common for plus 3 first year arts, science and commerce students. And before I start my video on Jawaharlal Nehru's view on socialism, I want to inform my viewers that if you have subscribed my channel, it is alright, so that you will get the benefit. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe for your benefit. If you are a political science student or environmental studies students, and those of your friends who are not aware about this channel, please aware them. By this, at least some students will be benefited. And remember, don't hesitate to give help to anybody, because to help to anybody is a symbol of human being. And I want to inform my viewers that any topic you want, just write my name Dilip Kumar Pal and the name of the topic in YouTube. You will get both the Odia and English video. If you will get Odia video, be sure that its English version is available. If you will get English video, be sure that its Odia version is also available. Let us start. Jawaharlal Nehru's on socialism, views of Jawaharlal Nehru on socialism. It is found in core paper number 14 of 6th semester, and the name of the paper is Modern Indian Political Thought. Let us start. Jawaharlal Nehru's view on socialism. What views he had on socialism? Let us start. Jawaharlal Nehru was a great freedom fighter of India, was influenced by great persons like Bertrand Russell, Bernard Shaw, Leo Tolstoy and Gautam Buddha. Jawaharlal Nehru was a great freedom fighter of India, and he was influenced by great personalities like Bertrand Russell, Bernard Shaw, Leo Tolstoy and Gautam Buddha. Though great persons like Dadabhai Naoroji, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Chittaranjan Das, etc. laid the foundation of Indian independence, but Mahatma Gandhi, with his trusted lieutenants like Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, Rajendra Prasad, etc., erected Indian independence on that foundation. Though great personalities like Dadabhai Naoroji, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Chittaranjan Das laid the foundation of Indian independence, but Mahatma Gandhi, with his trusted lieutenants, trusted supporters like Jawaharlal Nehru, Rajendra Prasad, Sardar Patel erected Indian independence on that foundation. Mahatma Gandhi, with his trusted lieutenants like Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, Rajendra Prasad, etc., started Indian independence movement on that foundation. Jawaharlal Nehru was known for some vital ideas from which his view on socialism was one. Jawaharlal Nehru was known for some vital ideas. Among these, his view on socialism was a vital idea among his pivotal ideas. So, what ideas Jawaharlal Nehru had for socialism? Jawaharlal Nehru was a great supporter of socialism. He liked socialism much. We'll discuss Jawaharlal Nehru's view on socialism. First view, he viewed that socialism is a mean to end poverty, disease, illiteracy, unemployment and other social problems. Jawaharlal Nehru was a great supporter of socialism. He argued that socialism is a mean, is a medium to end, to eradicate many social problems like poverty, disease, illiteracy, unemployment, and many other social problems. Socialism is a mean to end different social problems like disease, unemployment, illiteracy, poverty, etc. So, he regarded socialism as a mean to eradicate various problems. So, what he told about, what view he had in this context? His involvement in out-prison movement in 1920, his involvement in youth peasants movement or farmer movement in 1920 made him sad about miseries of peasants due to excess taxes collected by landlords, and his participation in Brussels conference in 1927 relating to oppressed communities in Asia, Africa and Latin America, where people were suffering from various problems. And in the same year 1927, his visit to Russia and observed successful effort of the communist government to control those problems convinced him to adopt socialism. Nehru was a great supporter of socialism. He regarded socialism as a mean to eradicate various social problems like poverty, illiteracy, unemployment, disease, etc. So, how he was convinced that socialism as a mean to eradicate social problems? In 1920, he participated in the peasants movement of OUDH, where he felt the miseries of the problems of peasants due to high taxes collected from them by landlords. His participation in youth peasant movement 1920 convinced him about the miseries of the peasants in India, and his participation in Brussels conference in 1927, where people of oppressed nations of Asia, Africa and Latin America participated, and he came to know the miserable conditions of oppressed people of Asia, Africa and Latin America. And in the same year, 1927, he visited Soviet Russia and observed that social problems were solved nicely by the communist government. So he came to realize that socialism will be the best means to solve social problems. So he said, I am convinced that the only key to the solution of world's problem and India's problem lies in socialism. He felt the miserable condition of peasants in South peasant movement. He felt the miserable conditions of people in oppressed people in Latin America, Africa and Asia. And when he visited to Soviet Russia, he came to know that different social problems were solved in a better way in Soviet Russia by socialism. So he was convinced that socialism is a best means to solve social problems. In which way social problems were solved in Soviet Russia, he was very much pleased with socialism. So he said, I am convinced that the only key to the solution of world's problem and India's problem lies in socialism. So he said that to solve world problems and Indian problems, to solve social problems of the world, social problems of the India, socialism will be the only mean. He said, I see no way of ending the poverty, the vast unemployment, the degradation and subjection of the Indian people except through socialism. He viewed that to solve social problem of the world, to solve social problem of India, socialism will be the only means. Except socialism, no other system will solve poverty, unemployment, disease, illiteracy and other problems in India, in particular world in general. So he became a great supporter of socialism because he felt that socialism is the only medium to solve social problems like poverty, illiteracy, unemployment, disease, etc. So, in 1929, in Lahore session of INC, Indian National Congress, INC stands for Indian National Congress. So, in 1929, in Lahore session of Indian National Congress, he expressed his faith on socialism. In 1929, he declared in Lahore session of Indian National Congress his faith on socialism. In 1931, Karachi session of Indian National Congress INC, he viewed that Congress should adopt some socialist principles. In 1936, Lucknow session, he viewed that Congress should become a socialist organization. In 1963, at Jaipur session, he viewed that in India, a socialist pattern of society should be established. In 1964, at Bhubaneswar session of Indian National Congress, he viewed that India should become a socialist state. So, when he observed that in Soviet Russia, social problems were solved through socialism in a nice way, so he became a firm supporter of socialism and he wanted to solve Indian problem to socialism. So, for Nehru, socialism is a mean to solve poverty, illiteracy, disease and other social problems. So for him, socialism is very important because it is a mean to solve social problem. Number 2, his second view about socialism was socialism is a mean to liberate masses from agrarian and industrial feudal laws. He viewed that he was a supporter of socialism because he viewed that only in socialism poor peoples in general and farmers in particular will be liberated from the clutches, from the hands of the rich persons or feudal lords. So when he felt that by socialism only poor people can be relieved from exploitation, he became a blind supporter of socialism. Socialism is a mean to liberate masses from agrarian and industrial feudal lords. Socialism is an ideology which does not tolerate exploitation in any form and domination of any class over other. So he felt that socialism will be the best mean to end plight and miseries of poor people in India. He felt that in socialism, exploitation is not tolerated, domination of one class over another class is not tolerated. So he became a blind supporter of socialism, and he felt that in India also, poor people in general, peasants in particular, will be made free from the clutches of feudal lords and landlords, as well as from rich people. So he felt that only by socialism there will not be domination of one class over another, there will not be exploitation, and poor people will be liberated from the clutches, from the hands of the rich people. So he became blind supporter of socialism. Number 3, attracted by planning system of socialism. He visited Russia in 927, China in 954, convinced him that development of a country can be made by planning. He visited Soviet Russia in 927. In 954, he visited China, and he observed planning system in Soviet Russia and China, because in socialism, planning system has been adopted. So after being observed planning system in Soviet Russia and China under socialism, he was very much pleased with the planning system, because planning system is a major principle in socialism. And he observed that Russia and China have developed through planning system. So he became a blind supporter of socialism and wanted to introduce planning in India. He was attracted by the planning system and wanted same in India. By his effort, in 1938, National Planning Committee was formed, and in 1950, Planning Commission was formed in India. By his effort, first 5-year plan was started in India. So, yes, he was very much pleased with the planning system under socialism in Soviet Russia and China. He wanted to adopt same planning system in India. And for planning system under socialism, he became a blind supporter of socialism. Number 4, attracted by the classless system of socialism. In socialism, there was a classless system. There will not be any class. There will be only one class. He was also attracted by this. He was very much attracted by the classless system of socialism. And for this, he became a blind supporter of socialism. And for this, he wanted to introduce socialism in India. By classless system, as classless system is a pillar in socialism, Nehru was attracted by it, because it was his object to bring minimum gap between rich and poor, ultimately to establish in India classless society. As in socialism there was classless system, he was also interested to introduce the same classless system in India. By this, the gap between rich and poor will be minimized, and ultimately there will be classless society in India. So he was very much influenced by the classless system of socialism. For classless system in socialism, he became a blind supporter of socialism because he liked classless system. Then fifth one, attracted by the policy of socialism to give priority to science and technology. In socialism, science and technology were given importance. Science and technology were considered as a medium of development. And Nehru was also very much pleased with this method of socialism. He also felt that without science and technology, a nation cannot develop. As he observed that science and technology are given priority in socialism, he became a supporter of socialism. In socialism, priority is given to science and technology to promote development of the country. Nehru was attracted by it and also felt that economic development of a country can be made through science and technology. So, for the science and technology, which is a major principle of socialism, and Nehru also convinced that without science and technology, a country cannot develop. So, he became a firm supporter of socialism. Then, attracted by mixed economic system. As in the socialism, public sector and private sectors are allowed to operate. Nehru also felt that the need of both. He felt that public sector alone cannot make national development. Private sector also will be allowed to operate under state control. The sixth reason for which Nehru became a blind supporter of socialism was that he observed in socialism both operation of public sectors and private sectors. And Nehru realized that only public sectors cannot make national development. Only public sectors cannot make national development alone. To promote national development, private sector must be allowed under the control of state. So, as in socialism there was mixed economic system, permission of both public sector and private sector to operate, Nehru was very much pleased, and he came to conclusion that national development cannot be achieved only by private sector. The role of public only by, he felt that national development cannot be achieved by only public sectors alone. The role of private sector is also necessary. So, he was also interested to allow both public sector and private sectors to promote national development. So, for mixed economic system of socialism, he again liked socialism. Then, seventh one, attracted by the policy of socialism to keep key sectors under state. In socialism, there is a feature that key sectors must be under state. By this, people and nation will not be in problem. He was very much attracted by this system. For this feature of socialism, again he became a blind supporter of socialism. He felt that for the interest of both people and country, key sector must be under state. As in socialism, key sectors are under state control. Nehru also felt that this is a nice principle of socialism, and for this he became a blind supporter of socialism, and he also wanted that key sectors must be under state so that people and nation will not be in problem. Eighth feature, socialism is socialism to suit Indian conditions. He wanted that type of socialism which will suit Indian conditions. Nehru was a blind supporter of socialism. He felt that socialism is the only means to make nation development and people development. But he wanted that type of socialism which will suit to Indian conditions. He wanted that type of socialism which will suit to Indian conditions. Finally, ninth idea about socialism. One socialism not at the cost of Indian traditions. He wanted socialism not at the cost of Indian traditions. For him, Indian tradition, Indian culture is primary and socialism is the secondary. He did not want socialism at the cost of Indian traditions. For socialism, he was not prepared to sacrifice Indian traditions. So in this video we have discussed ninth ideas of Nehru on socialism. Now discuss some points to remember. What was the slogan of Nehru? Aram haram hai. Laziness is harmful to oneself. His famous books, Discovery of India, The Discovery of India, it was published in 1946. Glimpses of World History was published in 1934. An autobiography, 1936. An autobiography book was published in 1936. And the full form of INC, Indian National Congress. So I have full confidence that this video will be helpful for 6th semester students for their core paper number 14. Thank you. Have a nice day.